I believe a large move is about to hit the Bitcoin market. We've already seen a large wick to the upside this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We've already seen that this trend is looking like it's ready to explode. Are you going to be the one getting caught like a deer in the headlights, or are you going to be the one that crushes it and gets this crypto? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin, and not only this fake out wick we had this morning, but why I believe we're in for another one very, very soon here in the market. And as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and observations on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, ladies and gentlemen, the cat's out of the bag. Mamma mia, we came right up on a little Wiccanacci Don Dot. Tell your wife, tell your fot. It was another savage fake out inside the Bitcoin market. I believe this may just be the first of many, ladies and gentlemen, as we have seen this time and time again. Time and time again have the whales, market makers, and manipulators put us past key resistance levels only to shoot us back down in dramatic fashion almost immediately. If you're playing this market right now, you must be aware of what's going on here. The market is very, very volatile right now when it's coming to breaking resistance levels and breaking support levels. We can see, if we go back to the 4-hour time frame here, we've had fake outs like this in the past already. We moved above our prior double top high over here only to get faked out and drop in dramatic fashion after breaking through our upper level of resistance. Now, once again, right here this morning, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we had put in a triple top here at our old resistance, broke it, volume came in, and we immediately got rejected down into the crypto abyss. Now, discussing what's gone on here, I'm going to get into what I believe is actually happening here, but let's just discuss this briefly before I get into that theory. Our local support here, still right now between 52.40 and all the way down to 51.50. I truly believe anything inside this box, ladies and gentlemen, is still healthy, as we still are traveling in the potential ascending triangle pattern formation, which per classical technical analysis theory is a bullish continuation pattern, which it does fit the characteristics, right? Large move to the upside, create a flag or an ascending triangle, and we could look to test up into the 6K region. But now let's discuss what I believe is going on here and why we're seeing the fake outs happen in the way that they are. All right. So the thing is, guys, is that the volume right now is spectacularly low. It's just crazy right now that you could see compared to when we're getting the moves, right? When we scroll back in this chart, actually, we'll go to the daily, right? When we're getting moves in the market, right? Look at the volume differences, right? Just immense volume, right? And then when we get an uptick here, immense volume again, immense volume, immense volume. Anytime we're getting a large move, you can see that the candlestick of the move sticks out in comparison to the rest of the little trends there, right? And of course, on our most recent move, we've had just these incredible volume candles come in here on these moves. And ever since then, we've just been on a steady decline back to the average level. For me right now, ladies and gentlemen, the liquidity in the market is rather low and the price of Bitcoin is rather high, right? We're currently still over 5,300. The volume we know here is not being reported correctly most of the time, as there's a lot of alleged wash trading going on a bunch of the unregulated exchanges. So this number is not the best indicator to look at, in my opinion. Personally, I like to look at the top volume spot exchanges such as Coinbase. That is why I'm charting on this, to get an idea of the true volume, right? So for me right now, guys, as it stands, what I believe is happening here is that when we're breaking through these key levels, right, you must understand that every algorithm in the world, I mean, in my opinion at least, has this resistance level drawn here at about 53.55, right? And once that breaks, there's a lot of volume that comes into the market, obviously exemplified by the candle that we get there on the volume when we got that spike into that range. And what's happening is that it's creating liquidity, right? All of the sudden, a bunch of new money is willing to buy after this level is broken, right? And that's both algorithm bots and human traders. So what's happening, in my opinion, and the reason that we saw it over here as well, that soon as we broke past the double top resistance and into this zone that we immediately dumped off, is because the market makers are taking advantage of the liquidity that enters at that point, right? There's a lot of buy orders that, one, are placed on market soon as it breaks, so they bid the price up, and then a bunch of algorithms that place orders on limit all above the old resistance line, because that in theory should become new support, right? So all these algorithmic bots place orders now, limit above here, hoping to get filled above the new support and continue up. And what happens is that the market makers are taking advantage of the liquidity that becomes available in this range, right? Whereas underneath here, the order books were thin. If they wanted to sell, they would just be able to crash the price down, and that's not what they want, right? If they want to exit their position at a profit, they're going to need some liquidity up here so that when they market sell, it doesn't just flash crash the book down and they get a bad deal. They want to be able to sell the bulk of their order up in this range, right? Not the bulk of their order down here. So for me, my theory on this right now is what we're seeing is that the liquidity becomes available above these ranges right now. And this is why when we're breaking, we're just seeing market makers take advantage of that liquidity. All right, so that is what I'm seeing happen there. Now, back to the more classic technical analysis here, right? And what I'm seeing in terms of why I believe another fake out is likely going to occur. So what we've got going on here, guys, is obviously the tentative bullish ascending triangle, right? And this also happens to coincide with our local support area here, identified in the pink box between 5240 and 5150, roughly, right? A ballpark. It's coinciding with our upward sloping trend line of the tentative ascending triangle. Now, I believe that if we drop down into this box, we're going to see the liquidity crisis essentially happen again, where we're going to see a lot of action drop below here, and we may just pull right back up into the box, right? Because what we also have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is that this trend line here, right, with these wicks carrying us up all the way, once broken, the algorithms again are following this pattern, right? And we have another range of interest here, especially right here, ladies and gentlemen. This one is very big for me here. It's these wicks here, that if these wicks are broken, I believe that there's going to be absolute potential mayhem here inside the market. And that those wicks are down at about the 4,900 area and even starting at the 5050 area. This range for me, ladies and gentlemen, anywhere in here, obviously you can't pinpoint it. It could just be that little range right there, right? You know, between 5050 and 5,000, that where if we get a wick below here, it may trigger a bunch of sell orders, right? Stop losses for long trades, people that went long here, right, and have been hodling through it. And then we drop below here, we may get a cascading waterfall of market sells, right, that drops us down into any of these ranges here. And what I'm seeing right now, guys, is that is potentially what the market makers are looking for at this time is a drop into a zone where it's going to trigger a bunch of orders, creating another wick, just a straight wick, a cascading waterfall. I hope I'm being clear on what I mean by this, that there'll be so many stop losses underneath this support level, right, and underneath this one, that if it drops here, it can start a waterfall of cascading triggers, right? Boom, 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 boom. The market sell after market sell creates a wick where it will once again create liquidity, but from the other end, right? It will create buy liquidity, that now the market makers can buy this wick and wick us right back up into the tentative formation if that is to happen. I'm under the impression right now, ladies and gentlemen, that we're either going to get that move like that where we get a cascading waterfall and a potential just BART right back into the pattern, or that what we're going to see is a move in the other direction, very, very similar, where we get a bunch of buy orders triggered above this consolidation range. A lot of buy orders above this top, right? The prior top that we put in at about 5,400. We look to wick up, and soon as it seems like there's momentum here and it's in a blue sky breakout, we're going to the moon. Again, the market makers take control of that liquidity, take advantage of it, and push us back down to where we once were. This territory to me right now, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely savage and heinous. As a full-time trader, I'm looking to play these potentially large moves right now. I'm always formulating my strategies, ladies and gentlemen. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. Don Carbonaccio does not plan to fail. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. There's two types of players in this market, ladies and gentlemen. Those that get crushed and those that do the crushing. Don Carbonaccio prefers to be the one that does the crushing. And right now, I am keeping my VIPs up to date with every single trade I make, ladies and gentlemen. Every entry, every exit, every target, every take profit. I post it exclusively for you in VIP. I will see you in VIP right now. There is no reason to be getting wrecked in this market, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to crush it, and it's time to get this crypto. I will see you in VIP. Now, I'd also like to look at some other coins here. Now that I kind of got my my theory here about why we're going to see a fake out in both directions, I'd also like to look at some other coins to give us a perspective on the market as a whole. As I believe Bitcoin may be in for a fake out here, I want to look at some coins that I believe are showing a better story overall in terms of classical technical analysis. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Sheesh. Let's take a look at Ethereum, guys. Now, what is promising here for me on Ethereum, let's get to a better chart. For me here on Ethereum, guys, what I'm seeing is that we still are holding what would be a bullish macro trend. Although Bitcoin right now is at the precipice of a large move underneath a critical resistance, Ethereum has been more bullish than bearish, and we have not fallen back below the prior lows, or excuse me, the prior highs yet, right? Our old highs have truly become new support for the time being. We are going to see what needs to happen here with Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin has one of these crazy wicks in both directions, it's going to be very, very important to see what happens here with Ethereum. Does Ethereum drop back down and consolidate below our old support ranges, which would be bearish? Or does Ethereum still look to hold this region here, regardless of what's happened to Bitcoin? Or if Bitcoin moves to the upside, do we see Ethereum jump into this channel here and look to break out into really what would be, in my opinion, the start of a true bull run, as we would have broken all of our prior ranges that would have given us trouble, in my opinion, and we really would be looking to go on the up and up from there. The health of the market, in my opinion, is heavily reliant upon the health of Ethereum if we are talking about altcoins. Very crucial time here also with Litecoin, a little bit different. Litecoin, to me, has to prove that this level here at about $72, $73 USD needs to become new support. This has been a retracement that we've seen, obviously, from the euphoric bounce all the way up to about 100. We've retraced, we've corrected, and now $73 to $72 USD, in my opinion, must hold if it wants to become truly bullish. This range for us here, ladies and gentlemen, has been a significant range in the past. This has been a spot where it's been make or break for the trend. On the way up, it acted as a resistance that once broken through, right? This was our top here. Once it broke through that top again, ladies and gentlemen, that was the rocket ship that brought us all the way up to over $300. On the way down, it acted as a temporary support. And once broken, it plunged us deep down into the crypto abyss from $73 to $22. Savage, heinous, and a borderline debacle if you do in fact ask me. And right now, we once again are at the precipice, ladies and gentlemen. Will we see something like what happened over here, where if this holds a support and breaks that high, are we going to get that moonshot just like we did over here once again? Or if we in fact cannot hold, are we going to get that plunge like we did over here and retest back down potentially into this region, or this region? Litecoin for me is a coin I am watching like a hawk right now, ladies and gentlemen. For me right now, it's truly Ethereum and Litecoin that I'm monitoring, as I believe they are both in a very unique situation in conjunction with the entire trend and market as a whole. Also, I'm keeping my eye right now on the total crypto market cap. We're still trading below key resistance. We are still, in my opinion, in a no man's range right here, and we are either looking to burst through our resistance box to test up to our 6K resistance, or we're going to look to test back down to the local support level here, which is tentatively from where we are at right now, up to nearly a 7% drop to the downside. And that would be for the whole market. That would be Bitcoin and altcoins included in the total market cap. For me right now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you see that this is a market maker's field day right now. I believe that what we're going to see here is going to be heinous. If you are not prepared, you are likely going to get caught like a deer in the headlights. I've said it once, I'll say it twice. If you do not have a plan, you likely are going to pay the price. Don Carbonaccio always has a plan. Don Carbonacccio's plan is to succeed. The thing with this market, ladies and gentlemen, is that many people get caught up in, was the bottom in, Kirby? Was the bottom in? Oh, Kirby, is this the top? Is this the top, Kirby? Oh. Instead of looking at it as realistically as possible, the bottom being in means nothing. The top being in means nothing. All that matters, ladies and gentlemen, is the price action and what we're seeing happen on an intraday basis. The patterns, the volume, the levels that are being rejected, where is the liquidity coming in, etc., etc. If you're looking to thrive in this market, which you all should, you should not be trying to survive here, right? This isn't a game of surviving, holding on by a thread. Oh, Kirby, oh. You should not be trying to survive. You should be trying to thrive, succeed, and crush this market. You should be sipping on a tall, cold glass of Moon Boy tears if the market drops. And you should be sipping on a glass full of Bear's tears if the market rides to the upside. You must be diligent, ladies and gentlemen. You must be at the edge of your seat, on the tips of your toes, and ready to crush this market when the move does in fact arise. And I will be keeping my VIPs updated with all my plans, trades, entries, exits, take profits, etc. if and when the move does in fact arise. I keep my VIPs updated with every single trade I make, every plan I have, every entry, every take profit, etc. I will keep you updated in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs. I will see you all in VIP right now. Sheesh. Before we wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, Crypto Fear and Greed Index, still high, over 60, keeping me on my cautious, on the side of caution here. And also, if we look at the shorts, We can see here as well on the daily, we are at a level now where we have not been able to pass in quite some time, dating all the way back to March. We have not been able to get above this level in over a month. And the thing is that we've seen time and time again, that this level has been a spot where the bottom of the shorts has liked to consolidate and then rip to the upside. And every time in the past that this has resulted in a rip to the upside, we have seen the market crash in dramatic fashion. This is just something I'm looking at as well here that is also in favor of the bears. All in all, my theory that I've pointed out there with the liquidity, where I'm seeing fake out after fake out, I'm under the impression that we are about to get a large wick, ladies and gentlemen. A large wick. Are you going to be the one that gets caught like a deer in the headlights and takes that trip to Wrecked City? Or are you going to be the one that crushes this market and gets this crypto? The choice is yours, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. Being said, I will see you all in VIP right now. I will keep you all updated with my trades, entries, exits, targets, positions in absolute real time. It's time to crush this market. It's time to get this crypto. I will see you in VIP right now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. If you guys could, share this with other traders. Share it in your chats, your socials, etc. on why I believe a potential Wiccanacci is about to hit this market. Because what we're seeing is potential market maker liquidity zones that are being played like an absolute fiddle. And Don Carbonaccio is prepared to play this fiddle with them. Because when the time comes, ladies and gentlemen, when the time in fact comes, Don Carbonaccio is not looking to get caught like a deer in the headlights. Don Carbonaccio is looking to strike a potentially life-changing opportunity and get this crypto. I will keep you all up to date right now in VIP with all of my trades, positions, strategies, plans, etc. I will see you in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs. I will see you in VIP right now. And until next time, my friends, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.